morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, I need to tell you about one of the coolest things that's actually happened and come around with the Pokémon TCG in quite a while, and that is Pokémon TCG Uniqlo clothing. Now, what is very important, this is not Pokemon gear. This is Pokemon TCG gear. This is not going to be a channel where I come along and show you just a bunch of random Pokemon t-shirts. That's just not what we do here. We don't have the time, and honestly, I don't think there is the interest. There's a lot of Pokemon t-shirts that I look at and I go, yeah, it's fine. But when I see actual Pokemon TCG t-shirts, and we're a TCG channel, and I'm a massive TCG nerd, oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I look at this and I go, you know what? I think we need to have a chat about this because this is something a little bit special. Now, this is going up for sale in mid-August, and it is actually going up on the website. I don't know how easy it is to order from Uniqlo Japan. I'm going to test that out. I found some really cool t-shirts on there that are, and I'm not joking, 1/4 of the price they are on the website that ships to the UK. So, yeah, I think I might order some of them on my proxy service from Japan and roll from there. But this is the kind of stuff where I'm looking at this going, you know what? I think it might actually be worth having a look at this. Because, oh my word, this is awesome. Uniqlo have done a bunch of Pokemon stuff in the past. But it is the TCG stuff that we are worried about this morning. Now, the real headliner here is the Pikachu shirt. Yeah, no arguments here. It's the Pikachu shirt. So what we've got here is Pikachu, but the image is made up of a bunch of different Pikachu cards. And it's that usual thing whereby if you are someone who's very familiar with the Pokemon TCG, you're going to be able to look at this and you're going to notice a bunch of cards. You'll notice things like, now there's particularly cool, the immersive Pikachu from Pocket is on there in actually a really prime position, but we've got stuff like the Hygenosuke V is sitting out there, and it basically seems like we got the regular cards, which are showing up as essentially half size, and then your Vs, EXs, special cards, full arts, things of that nature are showing up essentially as double the size. They've got double the amount of space being taken up on the shirt. Okay. This is honestly just cool, ladies and gentlemen. This is honestly just incredibly cool. I am such a huge fan of this. And one of the parts of the collection you will notice is that they are essentially having the back of a Pokemon card printed 3 times in a row at the bottom of the shirt, just to kind of show off, I suppose. And I am absolutely fine with this. This seems cool to me. Now, that's the real headliner shirt, but I promise you there are a bunch. So we've got ourselves the Omanyte. The Omanyte from 151, and then they have gone for a recognizable card. It is the illustration rare Omanyte from 151. Now, even though this is a Japanese collection, they are actually printing all of the cards in English. And they haven't printed it exactly the same. They've kind of condensed it down a little bit. But you've still got the Attack Tentacular Return sitting out there on the shirt. And like I said, this is very literally the one from 151. This is incredibly cool. Now, they've got one that doesn't look much on the face of it. It's just got number 282 Pokemon. But then they've got Gardevoir on the back. Now, I grant you, this is one of those that's a little bit like, hang on a second. Is this even really a card? Is this really like a card one? Well, firstly, it's got the cards on the front in the bottom corner, like you might expect. So although they haven't actually literally printed it as a card, I think this is one of those ones that we can let them go on this one. I think we can let them go on this one. I think it's going to be okay. But there are, like I say, a whole bunch more that are really explicitly cards. We got ourselves a Slowpoke coming in here. And again, we've just got the shirt. But then on the front of the shirt, we've got the Slowpoke artwork, we've got the HP, and we've got Tail Whip coming in. So again, make no mistake about it, we are talking here very explicitly about a card. This is not just a random Slowpoke shirt. What they've gone and done is given us a Slowpoke card on a t-shirt. I don't know why they're doing this, but I want so many of these t-shirts. And given what my job is, I think I can legitimately call this a business expense, and I think it's going to be okay. Although it's worth noting, this isn't really a card. Like, we've seen this artwork a bunch. It's been reprinted since, but it originally came around in Fossil. This is the original Fossil artwork of Slowpoke. But that Slowpoke didn't have Tail Whip. In fact, there have been some with Tail Whip. Tail Whip has come around, but not with this artwork, so that's a little bit of a weird one to me. Anyone who's joined in with the Ericsson's wonderful Epic Splash format is going to look at the Expert Splasher and be absolutely enamored with this one. Everyone likes a nice Magikarp, and we've got the whole Epic Splash thing going on at the moment, which we all like. So, yeah, it's an Expert Splasher. It says 10 plus, because, of course, now it is the Hyganasuke Magikarp, the one from Paldea Evolved. Now, they haven't taken the entire artwork. Essentially, what they've done with this one is they've just taken the Magikarp, they've kind of like removed the background and just used that one. But then it's got like the whole Epic Splasher there, and it's just, yeah. It's so weird how they're doing this and some of the decisions they've made on the individual shirts. But anyone who has any interest in that Epic Splash format should be looking at this right now going, I have to have that shirt. That shirt is one of the best things I've ever seen. If you're not a fan of Epic Splash, I kind of get it. But if you are, this is awesome. Now, there are some sweatshirts coming as well, because why wouldn't you want a nice sweatshirt? Like, for instance, this Snorlax. And again, it's a very similar kind of thing to what we've seen from a lot of the shirts I've shown you, which is, it just looks like a Pokemon card printed onto a shirt. Now, this one, they have just taken an existing Snorlax. It's actually a promo Snorlax. So they've taken that promo Snorlax and just transposed it onto a card. Same attack, same cost, same artwork, all of that the same, but now it's on a sweatshirt. We've got an unknown coming here. Now, this is another one of those where when you look at it from the front, it's got the cards at the bottom, but that's it. But then when you look at it on the back, they've made it look a lot more like an actual Pokemon card. We've got Tri-Power and Star Cypher there, so it is Unknown V. But you'll notice that they've not given any of the text there. Not for Tri-Power or for Star Cypher. So this is the Unknown V-Star, but they've not actually given us the, they've not given us any of the text, so it looks a little bit weird, but I kind of like that. They have very much just taken Pokemon cards and whacked them on a t-shirt, but they've done it in this really weird way, where sometimes they're using the whole art, sometimes they're using part of it, and sometimes they're using the attack, but they're not telling you what it actually does. And sometimes they're just a little bit all over the place with matching artwork and cards, and yeah. Now, one of the things which I find very interesting, take the Gengar. We've got the front, but look at the back. That back might look a little bit familiar to you, but you might not be able to place it. It is actually the full art Gengar EX from Pokemon Pocket. So it is the full art, the special art, phrase it how you will, from Pokemon Pocket. It's actually from Genetic Apex. So the very first Pokemon TCG Pocket set. And this is a kind of super fancy artwork variant of it. And now it's on a t-shirt, or a sweatshirt. And what I really like about this is that this collection is basically saying, this is Pokemon TCG. We're not differentiating between the main TCG and Pokemon Pocket. Everything's up for grabs. Take this Mewtwo sweatshirt. Looks pretty cool, right? Yes. But actually, if you look at the back, it's the immersive Mewtwo, again from Genetic Apex. It is the immersive Mewtwo artwork from Pokemon Pocket. So again, they've taken Pokemon Pocket rather than the regular TCG, and these aren't like different sub-collections or anything stupid like that. They've whacked all of this together into one big collection, and I think this is kind of fantastic, honestly. I think this is a great way to do it, and it does make me think a little bit here. Well, hang on a second. Is this how Pokemon Pocket is being viewed internally? I don't know. Maybe I'm extrapolating a little bit here, but it does kind of seem like Pokemon are just going, look, we don't really care at this point whether we're talking about Pocket or the quote-unquote main TCG. It's all the same to us. Now, there are a couple other things which are for kids. I've been showing you the adult clothing here, but there are some kid stuff coming as well. The most interesting of which is this Charizard jumper, because it's got Charizard on it. Again, we're talking Pokemon Pocket Charizard. It's from Genetic Apex, but it's just the regular artwork, and it's got the correct attacks. But this is a shirt or a jumper which is only for kids. I think there's going to be some people watching this who are going, hang on a second, I'm not a kid. I'd like to wear that. You can't, you're too big. You might not be, I don't know. Have a look. Maybe it will fit you. Now, I know an awful lot of people are going to watch this, and the immediate question is going to be, well, hang on a second, Wassy. Are we getting this in the West? Is this just a Japanese thing, or is this for us as well? And the answer is, we don't know, is the honest answer. When I search on the Uniqlo website over in Japan, all of this stuff comes up. When I search on the English, the American website, nothing comes up. Bunch of Pokemon stuff comes up, but none of this Pokemon TCG stuff comes up. So I'm not saying it's not getting an international release. I'm saying that as I sit here at the moment, I'm not aware that it's getting an international release. It's not something that's gone and been announced. Something we're going to have to wait and see about later. But the Japanese collection does go large. And by large, I mean up to 4XL. And Japanese sizes tend to be smaller. But Japanese 4XL, that's going to fit a bunch of people. This is cool. I'm going to buy a bunch of these if I'm able to. But I want to hear from you guys. Are you excited about actual proper Pokemon TCG clothing? Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassy. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Smash Cafe, who's been supporting for a while now and seem awesome. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.